Miguel Gonzalez. Last year, when he would start, you could take a broomstick and he'd be in the middle of the left-handed batter's box. And this front shoulder would never get closed. So Dave Wallace, Tom Cheedy, the new pitching coaches, what they did was they were able to get him so he could load, and now his shoulder gets square. And I'm talking about this much difference, Demper. So all he does is go from here, where his angle is over there, to here. Now I can go here, I can go here. He's got 4 pitches, splitter, curveball, slider. And the other night he pitched one of the better games of the year. You know, he's had a couple of games where he's had 8, 10 strikeouts against the Yankees, but the key for him is just to stay here long enough where this shoulder puts him in a position to throw strikes.
Is that, you know, I say making a good turn. Is this what you're talking about, making a good turn?
Well, right, exactly, but I mean, it's such a minor thing. I mean, if you talk about making a good turn, all I have to do, and you know this, when you were one of the great throwing catchers, did you throw the ball to second base, or did you just get that front shoulder very quickly?
Well,
yeah, right.
I always loaded.
Right, okay. Well, that's what a pitcher has to do.
I wanted to look almost
exactly. You know, it's funny, all the good hitters, the hands go back and the foot gets down. When I pitch, my arm gets back, and my leg gets down, and I throw over my front.
Let me ask you about one of the great windups, the great deliveries, and the most consistent deliveries I saw, Mariano Rivera. I know he was a relief pitcher for the Yankees, but what I used to see when he bring this leg, he brought this leg up behind him, you know, and I couldn't understand really what the benefit of that was, but then all of a sudden I see a lot of the great pitchers, for balance reasons, bring this leg back behind them.
Well, you know, it's funny, if you know, and if you looked at Mariano, he'd always be a guy that would, very much like Darren O'Day of the Orioles, kind of works into that side. And what happens with the leg, it doesn't swing here, it picks up here. So every time you look at Verlander, the leg picks up. Where am I? My line's perfectly straight. If I swing the leg, what do I do with my shoulder? Just imagine if you're catching me, and I want to do I want to throw like a Ferris wheel over my front side, or do I want to spin? And just think of the dynamics. You talked about making the shoulder turn,
right,
staying closed. If my arm, whatever your arm angle is, I mean, it could be here, mine was way back here. If I'm here, they don't see the ball as well. Jared Weaver, what did he throw, 85 the other night? Change-ups, cutters, curveball, 64-mile-per-hour curveball, 67. What he does is, he's a little unconventional. He's right about here, way on the right side. He steps over here. But what he does is, he's able to throw over his front side. He's a 6'7" Ferris wheel. And you don't, the merry-go-rounds, they see the ball, and just think about it. If I'm throwing a fastball, I want to be able to have my hand, wherever my arms, I want to be above it. Elrod Hendricks used to, the late Elrod Hendricks said, keep the thumb down. If my thumb starts getting off to the side, everything gets flat. So when I can throw over my front side, regardless of what my arm is, now I'm square to home plate.